Got him, gang. Thank you for dropping in on this one. This special week. We got a couple of episodes coming in for you, getting ready for the pre-spawn and spawn stages of what the bass are doing out there. So I've gotten on a real good jerkbait bite, and I figured it was time to just break down my jerkbait applications out there on the water on these lakes as I venture into the rivers this year. I got some more jerkbait action that'll probably go along. So just wanted to catch you up to speed on what I use the jerkbait for and the applications it best suits. I'm gonna start off with the combo that I use, the reel and rod setup that I best find suit with what I do out there on the water. Um, the jerkbait can be a real crazy tiring task if you're out there. You got a jerkbait bite and you got to keep using it all day. It can be very tiring. So this is my setup that I use. I go with something lightweight. I use a Shimano SLX MGL 70 size for my jerkbait rod setup. I use the right-handed retrieve. I can jerkbait left-handed or right-handed, and a lot of times in my footage you'll see me switch hands with this same rod. But that 70 size reel is real lightweight, and pairing it on a 7-foot Ducket Silverado rod, medium cranking, is just perfect. It's a lot of tip, so this rod is very, very sensitive, but I really like it. In a lot of the footage you can see I'm popping that rod and just very, very light pops, and you'll see how much action that rod actually gives. And with that sensitivity, you get a lot better feel for when those fish just barely tap at that jerk bait. Some days they're on that type of a bite, and some days when they just fully slap at it and you go to, reaction hook set, you're not snatching the bait out of the fish's mouth. So that's why I really, really like this. It has real good backbone, enough backbone to fight a fish all the way to the kayak or to the bank. And you're not gonna have any problems with that. I've caught my biggest fish on jerkbait is just 5 pounds, but actually 6 pounds last year. I caught a 6-pounder on the jerkbait in a lake I'm not gonna disclose because that is my favorite lake on earth. But and I can't actually put this kayak in that lake. That's another topic for another day this summer. Hope you guys stay around for that one. But this just lets me run and gun all day with the jerkbait. Tournament situations. We just had one left in Juliet down in Middle Georgia, and I was using the jerkbait all day long. Did not feel tired at all using this combo right here. Also on the Shimano SLX MGL, I run 10-pound fluorocarbon just because I want to get that jerkbait down to its optimum depth quicker. And I also use a clip on the jerkbait because I swap jerkbaits out quite often. I've never had a clip fail me. I believe that's a number 2 Eagle Claw clip. That clip has been with me for some time. I probably need to change it out too, but never had a clip fail me on these $25 jerkbaits, and I'll continue to use them. So it just allows me to swap colors, swap depths, swap shading on the fly real quick, and usually pick up on the bite if they're eating the jerkbait. So that's what I use. All right, guys, so now I'm gonna give you a little start guide for where to use these jerkbaits as we go into pre-spawn, spawn stages of the year. This can be changed quite drastically per your lake situation, and you just kind of have to feel them out, but this is a good starting base for getting that jerkbait bite. I look out for key points. I look at the points kind of in the morning and in the evening time, and then throughout the day I'm looking at pockets where these fish have started to they have their locations for the beds, and they're just stacked in these pockets just waiting for the right opportunity to go up and get the bed action going. So Pockets and points. That's my jerkbait game for pre-spawn. PMP, keep it P. But in that area, when you usually find them in the pockets, you'll want to pick their area apart because they're usually loaded up, just feeding away before they move up on beds. So they're staging in those pockets. Usually on the points, they're kind of roaming a little bit more and they're feeding up. They're kind of later in the stages of the pre-spawn. So if you find them on points, just bounce points. If you find them in the pocket, pick apart that pocket. That's going to be your winning success. That's my winning success here. So I hope it pans out for you too. Next, we're going to go into baits and sizes that work well for me. So starting off, I got into the jerkbait game when I was fishing off the back of my dad's boat, and I used Rapala lures. So it was Rapala this, Rapala that, and that was the only game that I knew. So all grown up now, joining the tournament scene. I branched out, picked up a lot of Berkeley jerkbaits and 6 cents jerkbaits because they were easy to access right off the bat. Got bit on them real good, and then I started the Mega Bass journey, which is crazy. $25 a jerkbait is wild, insane, but they really do work. People will tell you you can't catch on the stock hooks. Tell them they're full of it. I catch majority of my bass on the stock Vision 110 hooks, and I'm gonna break it a little bit of it down for you. So the first one that we got, and I primarily use the medium diving jerkbaits. Most of the time, I find myself using them 90% of the time because even if I'm not using them for their optimum depth, they get down a little bit quicker, and I don't have to have a long cast from the kayak to get that jerkbait down. So I like having that option, even to run it a little shallower if I just throw the cast a little bit shorter. So we have the Berkeley Stunner. That's the regular Stunner there. It has a semi-aggressive bill, so about a depth of 7 feet at most on 10-pound line that I've used. And then the +1, a much more aggressive bill, and same size jerkbait, but that gets you down to about the 10-foot range. So with 10-pound line. So those were what I used. That jerkbait actually sinks. It has a slow sink action to it, depending on your water temperature and some other variables, but it typically sinks. So one of the jerkbait that kind of suspended a little bit better, and going to those Vision 110s actually did the trick. They'll suspend for quite some time. So I have 2 of them here. Both of these are Vision 110s, but one of them is smaller than the other. So one of them is a Vision 110 Junior, and I actually have gotten more success throwing the junior sizes. Don't tell everybody that, but yeah, I get a little bit more success throwing a junior size Vision 110 here of late, and I've just gone about expounding upon that, just getting more Vision 110 Juniors. The +1. Okay, so now we're gonna get into probably what most of you guys have been looking for, the where and which jerkbaits to use in what situations, what color, how to go about things. So I'm gonna first start off with a few of these, few of the junior 110s that I have, and you can see they are pretty much all +1s. These are the deeper diving bills. These are the ones that I primarily use the most, and I have a couple of different applications kind of covered. So when I want those clear bass, clear lake situations, I'm going here for largemouth. It's a real good largemouth color for me, and you're gonna actually see this one repeated. Same thing for this one, clear lake, largemouth bass and spotted bass, blueback herring lakes. That's a good one. I like that one there. This is a thread fin +1. Use it for murky conditions, cloudy weather. Has a lot of flash to it. And also this one's kind of to mimic a shiner or so. So muddier water, cloudier conditions, that one gets me a lot of success, these two here. So my clear lakes, largemouth, spotted bass and largemouth. This is more murkier, cloudy conditions here. These two jerk baits you see, they look the same. These are regular size Vision 110s, but one of them is different than the other. You can see one of them is a lot more chewed up than the other as well. See, that one has a lot more chew marks on it. And that one looks newer. I bought these at the same time, ordered them at the same time. I used them pretty much when I was starting off. I used them about the same time on the sticks together, but this one is a silent version. This one actually got me a 3rd place finish in a tournament last year. Before the live scope even, I had a field day on Allatoona with that jerk bait right there, silent. So that's why that is gonna always be a staple in my book. Silent jerk baits, a whole nother niche. Silent jerk baits, they work. These are a couple of the +1 Visions that I use and have a lot of success on. You can see this Wakasagi color one has been absolutely worked. I use it a lot and get bit quite a lot. That's a real good confidence jerk bait for me. And this 6 cents 97 DD, this is a 97 deep diver, silent as well. That helped me get a lot of fish in a tournament here recently at Juliet. And then we have that deep diver +2 Vision. This is good for clear weather, lakes with a lot of shad. You can get bit on that a lot. Lakes with a lot of bluegill. I get a bit on these gold and like black or blueback colors. So you should try them out. All right, gang, so if you enjoyed this one, please like, comment, subscribe for more. Later on this week, I'm going to drop a video where I went insane on the jerkbait in my home lake. It's going to help you with this transition and this warming trend here in Georgia, at least, for finding those bass on the pockets and points. Remember, keep it P. We'll see you on the water. Got 'em.